Hey everybody, Pedro David Espinosa. I wanted to share with you a little bit about what we do here in the OC Refinery, what we're about, and why we're spearheading this movement. I've been watching a lot of internet YouTube documentaries. One of them is very good. It's put on by PBS, I believe. It's entitled "Why Poverty." Now, it's a series that looks at some of the issues of injustice and inequality around the world, particularly, I guess, in the fields of politics, economics, and globalization, things of that nature. Now I'm watching this series and I'm reminded a lot about the authors that I have in my bookshelf. Authors like Bertrand Russell, F.A. Hayek, Milton Friedman, Noam Chomsky, another one. And I'm reminded of just how much in common that this whole thought has. It's a recurring thought, and it's basically sparked by the awareness that they're bringing to the public issue and their views on politics and economics. Now, increasing awareness on these social issues of injustice and inequality have really sparked a movement, a protest, a march on Wall Street, a march against globalization, and it's these protests that very much demand more attention from the public eye. Now, is protesting a good thing? I mean, if you go out and you march and you create this whole movement, and your ends to this movement is to go out and get some more, or recruit more people that are willing to go out there and do some more protesting, I don't think that's necessarily productive. We here at the OC Refinery believe that there's a more proactive way of assessing the issue. Protesting for the sake of protesting without presenting a viable solution can't be very productive. I don't think it's very healthy for a society. Now, it's to be outraged by knowing that what level our government is manipulated by corporate interests is natural. To be outraged at the when you become aware of how people in the third world country are living, the lack of future that there is in their communities, and even more when you realize how some people here in the United States have very limited opportunities and very little means of being able to fulfill themselves professionally and as individuals. Now that's very normal. It's very natural. Now, when we look for a solution in politics, oftentimes in history we've found ourselves putting our hopes on the shoulders of political figures or a political ideology. Now, it was around the time of Hitler, obviously, where the National Socialist Party seemed to offer the solution for Germany in the times of Hitler. Communism and the solution that Lenin proposed for Russia seemed a good idea for them as well. Now, here in the States, during the Reagan administration, Reaganomics it showed a lot of prosperity. It shared a lot of prosperity with a lot of people here in the United States. But there's a lot of people out there that never saw any benefit of trickle-down economics. Now, I'm sure we've covered this earlier, and I'm sure a lot of you agree when we say that to protest for the sake of protesting is hardly productive. We have to be able to offer a solution to what's going on. Now, when you rely on politics for the solution, I believe is a little naive. I mean, I think it's that the idea is fueled by a general misunderstanding of what government politics truly is and the purpose it's supposed to serve. Now, are we saying that you should shy away from politics and not vote? Of course not. We believe as responsible citizens, you should be very, very involved in your local government, in seeing the policies, in participating and in voting. Now, is it the ultimate solution? No. The solution has to be more personal, more individual, and it has to be a little bit more intimate. Now, we at the OC Refinery believe that the true solution to these problems doesn't come in the form of government policy, but it comes in the form of a conscientious action backed by true and objective ideal or ethos. Now, a solution has been proposed, and it's one that begins with the awakening of conscience in the individual, in the understanding of the value each person has and the power of their free will that lets them choose life and lets them choose love. Now, the choice of loving the life in their neighbor and living a life in service for one another. Now, through this simple choice, now we can begin to build a community that provides true possibilities and real hopes for our children's future here and abroad. Now, we at the OC Refinery are committed to this mission and have partnered up with real businessmen that give us the vehicle that share the very same ideals that allow us to bring our mission of personal refinement to a whole new level. Now, we plan to bring this peaceful revolution of conscience to the world and change the paradigm of injustice and inequality, a paradigm of a lack of opportunity, and we want to change it to a paradigm of love, of true love and true opportunity. Now, join us as we offer a solution to some of these real issues. I'm Pedro David here representing the OC Refinery. God bless.